So what's going on, guys? It's Ash here and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I'd like to apologize if I wasn't as energetic or enthusiastic in yesterday's video, but I do have a reason for that, as I was just extremely tired. Like, I had about 2 hours sleep the previous night. I had so much work to do, so things were playing on my mind and I just really wasn't in a good mood. So I hope you guys understand that and forgive me for that. So in today's video, guys, what we're talking about is how to finish your chances in FIFA. It'll be an in-depth tutorial about all the different shot types in FIFA, such as the finesse shot, the low-driven shot, the normal shot, the low-driven finesse shot, the long shot, you name it. We'll be talking about which position is most effective for each shot. But before we get into that, guys, I would appreciate it if you could drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any videos like this one. And with that said, guys, let's get into the video. So guys, we're going to be discussing 5 of the different shot types, and this includes the normal standard shot where you just press the shoot button, the finesse shot, the low driven shot, the low driven finesse shot, and the chip shot. So guys, to begin, we're going to talk about the original FIFA shot, you know, the standard press the shoot button, the ball goes off the floor shot, you know, the powerful one, which anybody should know how to do if you've ever picked up a controller and played FIFA, because it's one of the most basic things you can do, but mastering it is another thing. Now, I feel like for this shot, it's not that effective inside the box most of the time. I don't know, I find it a bit unreliable because my shots just seem to go over. Maybe I'm just bad, but I don't find them that effective in the penalty area. That and the fact that when they do go on target, the goalkeeper seems to be able to make some comfortable saves. So I don't think this is the most effective shot for inside the box, but where it is dominant is from outside of the box, you know, around the edge of it. Before I show you an example of this shot, I want to explain where outside of the box it's most effective, because it's really difficult for me to explain because I know what I'm trying to say in my head, but saying it is another matter. Now, I explained this in my long shot video tutorial the other day, so I don't really want to go into it in much depth. If you haven't seen it already, make sure you go and check it out. There's a link in the top right hand corner of the screen. But basically, to give you an idea, guys, if you have a left-footed player, you want to be doing this shot on the left-hand side of the pitch or the center. This is quite simply because if you have a left-footed player on the left and you shoot with them, you can drive the ball across the goalkeeper into the top-hand corner by using that analog stick and aiming it in the direction you want it to go. So if you're on the left-hand side and you want the ball to go in the top right-hand corner, you would aim the left stick diagonally to the right up. So like 45 degrees right, if that makes sense. Similarly, guys, if you have a right-footed player on the right-hand side of the pitch, you are also able to drive the ball across the goalkeeper into the other corner as well. For those of you that are lost, let me show you an example of this shot with Gareth Bale on the left-hand side shooting it into the top right corner. Now, some of you have seen this clip before, but if you wonder why I reuse them, it's because I think they're useful, partly that and because I'm lazy. But you can see what I mean. I aim the ball across goal into the top corner by pointing the left stick diagonally to the right, and you can see it's gone right across the goalkeeper into the top corner. That's why this shot's effective. Now, I've said this in a previous video before, but I don't like to give you guys specific power to put on your shots, and that's because it varies so much from your player's shot power to the distance to the angle, you know, all these different variables. But to give you a basic idea, if you're anywhere near the box, like we're talking edge of the D and inside that, I don't suggest putting any more than 2.5 bars of power on at any time, as I feel like the shots are just too powerful and go over the bar. But in short, guys, these shots are very good from anywhere outside the box, in my opinion. Your opinion may differ, but this is what I found most success with. But anyway, guys, moving on to the next shot, we have the finesse shot. I'm sure most of you are also familiar with this shot. It's where you press R1 on PlayStation plus circle, and on Xbox it would be RB plus B. So you press the R1 or RB before you press the shot button. So to give you guys a quick look at what this shot looks like, you can see me performing it here with Griezmann, and you can see he wraps his foot around the ball to add curve onto it and make it go round the goalkeeper. Now, unlike the standard shot, I feel like this shot is quite effective in the box, I just don't use it that much. But to give you an example of where you should be using this shot, say you have a left-footed player on the right-hand side and he cuts into the middle and he's looking for a shot to go in, he's going to want to wrap his foot around the ball so he can curve it round the goalkeeper and into the goal. Similarly, if you have a right-footed player cutting in from the left, you're going to want to use a finesse shot as well to curve it into the corner, because if you use a standard shot, it's not really the best angle for it and there's not a very high chance it will go in. Well, I'll take that back. It's not so much that there's not a high chance it won't go in, it's just the chance of it going in is not as high as if you're using a finesse shot. So if you guys want to see another example, you can see I've cut in with Bale here into the center and wrapped the foot around the ball so it goes round the goalkeeper and into the goal. And if I haven't mentioned it already, this is where finesse shots are very strong, especially when you're cutting in. Now moving on to by far the most overpowered shot of FIFA 18 and 17 to be fair, you know what's coming next. It is the low driven shot. This is the shot where you drill the ball across the floor and most keepers just can't save it. I don't know whether they just don't have an animation to get to it, but they just never seem to get anywhere near it. Now in order for you to perform this shot, you need to press the shoot button to generate the power, and then you tap the shoot button again. So on the first time you press it, you generate as much power as you want, so let's say 3 bars, and then you tap the shoot button again. I don't suggest using 3 bars actually, especially not in the box. But to be completely honest, I don't really pay attention to how much power I put on these. I just press it briefly and then tap the shoot button again. Now funnily enough, coincidentally, the thing you're about to see now is a low driven shot from Griezmann where the ball just absolutely flies into the bottom corner. You can see here it goes right across goal and the keepers just don't really have a chance of saving them. Similarly to what I said about the normal shots, if you have a left-footed player, it's best to use this on the left-hand side of the pitch or the center, and if you have a right-footed player, it's best to use it on the right-hand side of the pitch or the center. And this is for the same reason I stated earlier, where you can drive the ball across goal where the keeper's just not going to save it. And I think it's important that I mention that the low-driven shot is the best shot to use within the box. This is what me and many other players use to score most of their goals, as it is just so effective. Now I'm just going to show you some examples of the low driven shot being used because I think it is useful, and I do have so many of them that I might as well show you. And I can't stress this enough, this is by far the best shot to use, especially when finishing your chances. You can see here with Martial straight across goal, and it is honestly the reason I win so many of my games, because like the commentators say, it's such a low and effective shot. But just remember guys, no shot will always score 100%, it just doesn't work like that. Things like player finishing stats will always matter as well and play a part in whether you score. If you have a player with higher finishing, you're obviously going to convert more chances. But anyway, that's the low driven shot, and moving on with a combination of the past 2 shots, we have the low driven finesse shot. This is quite literally what it sounds like. It's a combination of a finesse shot and a low driven shot, so it's a finesse shot across the floor essentially. The way you do this shot is by holding R1 on the PlayStation or RB on the Xbox, and then doing a low driven shot by double tapping the shoot button. And just like I said with the finesse shot, if you have a left-footed player on the right-hand side of the pitch and you're cutting inside, that's the best time to use it because you can wrap your foot around it and curl it into the corner. Similarly, if you're on the left with the right-footed player, I think you get the point by now. I've explained it 1,000 times. In terms of effectiveness and where to use it, I suggest using this around the edge of the box, like I'm talking the very edge, and inside the box. And last but not least guys, we do have the chip shot, which I'm sure you are all familiar with. You perform this shot by pressing L1 on the PlayStation and LB on the Xbox, and then pressing your shoot button. It's not the most reliable shot in my opinion. It's just something to use when the goalkeeper comes off his line or something like that. And I mainly just use it to be cocky when I'm winning a game by a large margin against an opponent and I'm trying to score some nice goals. I don't really have many examples on the chip shot either, so I can't really include them. I don't often implement it into my game, that's why. But anyway guys, that just about wraps it up for this video. If you found it useful or informative, I would appreciate it if you could drop the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any videos like this one. Be sure to tell me what you want to see next, as I am interested and I will take down requests. And with that being said guys, I hope you enjoyed. Have a very good day and I'll catch you all later. Peace.